Hello, my evenly buttered Hawaiian sweet rolls. How are you tonight? I am amazing. So, I'm going to be doing some experimenting, and it involves acrylic paint. I am working on a big resin project, so that's why I'm filling in with some acrylic painting. Plus, I like to do them, so we're going to do a little bit of everything here. First, before I start, I'm going to be doing one painting and one experiment. The painting I'm going to be doing is with primary elements, and that will most likely be my first painting that I do. But for the second one, I'm going to be using fluid acrylics to do just an average flip cup or maybe a swipe. I'm not sure yet. But what I wanted to do was mix two colors of the normal colors with you. The primary elements, I will explain how they are mixed separately, but first, while I have everything out and I was pre-mixing my paints, I wanted to do them with you. So people ask, why floatrol? What do you use it for? Well, me personally, what I use it for is it's a much cheaper pouring medium than Liquitex is. So that is one main reason. And the second reason is, and I know a lot of people don't like to use it, but I like the effects I get with it. I feel like I don't get the same effects when I use pouring medium as far as cells and all that. Now, for example, and I know that paints with floatrol, they have a reaction, and that's what causes some of the cells. It does slow down your drying time, but I'm willing to deal with that. But I just wanted to show you, I haven't mixed this paint up yet. I put a little bit in the cup with some floatrol, and I want you to see. Do you see already the cells that are happening in there? So it does have an effect on cells and creating them. So what I basically wanted to do was just show you guys how I mix up my fluid acrylic paints. Now, fluid acrylic paints are different from tube paints because they are more fluid. Obviously, that's why the name is fluid. So they are, now this is just floatrol and paint, and it's the perfect consistency. Whereas with a tube paint, I would have to put in some water to get it to this consistency because it's thicker. So that's why I like using the fluid ones. But people get confused sometimes at how much do you add of paint and floatrol. So when it comes to fluid type of paints only, what I do is I put in a cup however much I'm with the floatrol I'm speaking of. I will add into this cup here. Let's say I want 3/4 of a cup worth of paint. I will literally take floatrol, fill it up almost 3/4. That's a little bit over half. And then I'll come back with my paint, whichever one I'm choosing. Right now I'm going to use the Pyro Orange by Golden. I will open it, put it in, just squirt some in. I would say that was about 2 tablespoons worth of paint. Because when you're doing using fluid paints, it's not the same measurements as the thicker body paints. So, there you have it. That's it. Now, it's all ready for pouring. The only other thing I add into this would be silicone, if I was using silicone, which I'm not using that in this. And I use a little bit of the GAC 800 just for the extra insurance to make sure that my paints don't crack. Because sometimes, depending on consistencies and things like that, they will crack. So that's all I add in. So that is now ready to pour. So at minimum 2 things. If you want to have that extra insurance, the GAC 800 will help with the crazing. So that's it. It's that simple. If I was using a tube paint, I would probably put this much in there. So maybe a teaspoon worth of paint, and then fill it up, because to thicker body, you're going to add the floatrol, you're going to have to add more water, and it will be enough colorant, that 1 teaspoon or tablespoon, whatever that measurement is. There is no exact measurement for me per se. So now for my white also, I'll show you, this is floatrol in this cup. I'm going to pour it in there. I'm going to tell you what this measurement is. So this is measuring a little bit over a 1/2 cup. So what I'm going to do is take my titanium white, which is another fluid acrylic. Give it a little shake. So let's see. Let me squeeze into a measuring little cup here, because I know by the feel how much I would add. So about 1 ounce of paint. That's how much paint I would add into that. Now, is this the correct or only way, I should say, to do this? No, some people have a glue and water mixture. They don't use floatrol. There's all different recipes for paint pouring, and you can literally use just paint and water if you want. You just have to find what you like by experimenting. Try different people's recipes and come up with one you like. As I said, floatrol does slow down the drying time of your painting, but I like it, so I use it. And I do know that there was something in my paint, and I just got it, I think. So yeah, that's it. Now it's the perfect consistency to pour. So I'm going to finish mixing up my other colors, and then I will be back to start this show. Alrighty, so I'm working with primary elements first. All of the colors you see, which I will name one by one, are mixed only with polypore. No water, no pouring medium, nothing like that, no silicone. There's nothing in them but this polypore. So my plan is to layer in the cup this, I believe this is the jasmine. I can't remember if that's the jasmine or if that's the jasmine. They look alike, those two colors. Anyway, it's a shade lighter. I believe this is the jasmine. So I have jasmine, rich cobalt, sunburst, the Bling It Milky Way Galaxy Diamond, sunburst yellow again, majestic blue, and then ginger flower. So my plan is to layer these in the cup in a way that they make different shades. So for example, I'm going to put the jasmine in first, then the rich cobalt. So I'm hoping they blend together and make a purple. And then the blue cobalt next to the sunburst, I'm hoping will make a pretty green, right? And then I'm going to sandwich white in between them. And then I'm going to continue with the next set the same way. So I'm hoping to get some unique colors out of these. I'm going to pour them like the Kiss pour, or I'm going to try to anyway, and then try to move them around that way. So the first thing I'm going to do though is tell you while I'm pouring these about this fantastic color art contest. First of all, anyone that signs up and enters into the contest automatically wins will receive a $15 gift card to Colourarte to use towards your purchase. The rules are as follows. I'm going to put the link for the actual dates and all the rules, but I know that 75% of your project must contain Colourarte products and or the champagne flakes, the big large ones. I'm not sure if the next size down counts. I think it may. But as you guys know, I have a code in the box below that entitles you to 25% off your entire purchase. So you can go and get a bag of these and get the 25% off. And it's going to be under probably 10 bucks. One of the cool things about this contest is she is opening it up. Leslie is opening up to all countries. And if you're out of the country and you win, you're not going to have to pay shipping costs or any of those custom costs. She's covering all of that. Grand prize is $500. And then there's a first, second, and third prize. It's an awesome contest. Please click on that link. Register. Participate. Even, you'll get the $15 gift card no matter what, if you win or not. So it's really, really an awesome contest. And it's going to be a lot of fun. Those flakes are a lot of fun to use. So I'm just putting a little tiny bit of that Milky Way on the bottom. That's going to act as my white, okay? So now I have to concentrate here. I have to make sure I do them in the right order. So this is definitely the ginger flower. Forget to show you guys the colors. That's the Majestic Blue. I'm going to try to do 2 layers. We'll call this a parfait. In my parfait of the colors with white in between. So here's the sunburst. Then I'm going to go white again. Not much, just enough to separate them. The yellow. The blue. And the pink ginger flower. Okay? And then I'm going to do this cup and then top them both off with a little bit of white. So I'm essentially pouring half in. This rich cobalt is such a beautiful color. They are all beautiful. Blues and pinks, though, that's where my heart is. All right. So a little bit of white. And then we will go pink, or jasmine, I should say. Rich cobalt. And sunburst. Okay. Now I'm going to try to carefully add a little bit of white on the top here. Or I should say Milky Way. Okay, and I'll save the rest if I need it. There we go. Let me just make sure you guys are in frame and put my gloves on. When using primary elements, I do suggest you wear gloves. They are extremely pigmented, high quality paints, and they are really strong. So yeah, you can obviously get them off washing your hands. You just got to really work at it. So put your gloves on. And I'm going to zoom you in just a tiny bit. Maybe. No. No, go away. Okay. Now, I've never done this paint kiss thing. But we're going to see. It may end up more like a paint punch than a kiss. Oh, they're so full. Yeah, that ain't happening. They're not even touching. Now they are. Now they're kissing. Try to run it up this way a little bit. So you see I got that beautiful green. Yep. My kiss is turning into a drool. Alrighty. Let's see, look at that beautiful green. Wow. I'm going to use some of the white just around it to help it move. All right, here we go. Those colors are so pretty. Wow. So my center there is going off, but that's okay. As I said, I drooled instead of kissed. So we're all right there. And I'm really not minding the way the rings are stretching, to be honest with you. I'm really liking this right now. And if you could see what I'm seeing, you would know why. Let's take it around again, really slow. All right, that's where I'm going to stop because I am loving that. I really, really am. Just, you guys can't see what I'm seeing. The shimmer and the metallic look. It's just all wonderful right now. So I have a little bit in the cups here. I'm going to try to get out to cover my corners, and then I'm going to pop the air bubbles and put it to bed because I don't want to mess anymore with it. I may have to stretch the corners out just a wee bit to get them to cover properly and to get that off of there. Now, I want you to see the inside of this cup. It is like a magical rainbow in here. I really hope. No, you can't see it, damn it. Oh my God, it's so beautiful. No, you still can't see it. Too dark. Anywho, so we use this here to do the corners really quick. All right. I'm going to move it just a little bit more to take care of the corners. Just really don't want to lose this part here. Love this purple coming down. Okay. So I'm going to put this to bed really quick, and then I'm going to move on to our experiment. Just get these sides over here. Good thing about primary elements, 2 to 3 days it's dried. And Leslie has tested this. She's gone in and resined 48 hours later. That's how quick it dries. All right. Let me just move this. Okay, now for part 2. Just gonna take my gloves off and switch. So what I want to test is something new. I'm not going to say what it is yet. It's a secret ingredient. I want to see if it'll work, and then if it does, I will tell you what it is. If it doesn't, then no harm. As I said, it's just going to be a straight pour in a cup. And what I'm going to do is a side-by-side comparison, I'm thinking. So I'm going to do, let's see, I have 4 colors. This is Quinacridone Crimson by Vallejo, and this is mixed with, as you saw earlier, floatrol. That's it. No silicone or anything yet. There will be an ingredient in the 2 tests that I do that is not silicone. That's all I'm going to say. So now the next one is, oh, my favorite thing to say, azul anthraquinonia. Quinoa. Blue quinoa. Oh, God. I'm sorry, guys. I don't know why that name gets me. This next one is turquoise by dickblick.com. Saw something lumpy in there. And then the last one is the Pyrole orange, which I'm sure I'm not saying that right. We'll say Pyro orange. Okay. So, over to the side, I'm going to add my ingredient. To this set. One of my ingredients, I should say. Secret ingredient. Okay. We're going to pour that set out first so I don't get confused at which is which. So I need to just give it a mixeroo. All right. So first I'm going to cover the canvas with my white. Actually, no, I'm not. I'm going to do a cup, flip cup. I'm sorry I had you out of frame there. Good thing I looked. All right, so half of this is going to be my first test. So I'm going to get a cup here. Oh, that's got something in it. All right, so some white. Well, that had something in it too. What the heck? Or is it this cup? It's this other cup that had something on it. All right, well, here we go anyway. Orange, lump and all. Whoopsie. Red. Turquoise. And my quinoa. I think I'll stick with Prussian blue from now on so I can at least pronounce it. All right, so here we go. Actually, let me add a little more white. I'll just do a straight pour here. keep it on that side. I'm going to torch it really quick. Torching the paint breaks the air bubbles and the heat helps the silicone rise. So therefore you start getting your cells. I'm going to dump some of this off. This painting is not so much to design a painting as just to see side by side how these two things work. Well, one of these things I know works for sure, but will the other is the question. So I'm going to leave that just like that. And I'm going to prepare my second cup. I'm going to get some clean sticks so I don't cross-contaminate. These big, weird cells, huh? That was very planetary. All right. And just so you guys know, the white has nothing in it except for the blue paint that's on the cup. All right, so here's the blue. Somebody may have used this ingredient, by the way, already tried it out. I'm not sure. All I know is crazy things are happening in the cup right now. So that's a good sign, right? If anyone has tried this, it would have been Rick Cheadle, I would say. I probably should have researched YouTube. All I know is that cup is looking beautiful. All right, so here we go. Oh, it obviously works. All right, let's torch. Look at that. Wowee. Wowee. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Just kind of stretching things out here. All right. Now what I'm going to do is take this cup that had the first ingredient in it and add some of the colors from the second ingredient. I want a little more of that turquoise in there. And a lot less of that orange. I'm not sure if I'll get it though, so we shall see. right, so right here. Why not, right? Just use it up. All right, guys, so what I just tested was hold on, I'm getting there, I promise. Turtle wax. This side is turtle wax. The other side is Rain-X. I don't have the bottle for it, but it is RX, Rain-X. So we know about the Rain-X. I'm not sure if anybody ever tried the turtle wax. I didn't research. If they did, kudos to them. I'm sorry I didn't see their video. But I saw this sitting on my husband's workbench, and I kind of borrowed it. I won't say stole, because stealing is bad, kids. But I borrowed it, and it looks like you get some sales from it. That's another cheaper alternative. Now, what's funny is the Rain-X is leaving pits where the canvas is showing through. This is not. So, it's pretty cool. Way too much paint on the canvas, but it is cool nonetheless. Let me just swirl this around a little bit. As I said, I'm not trying to create a painting here. I was just testing. If I get a painting, even the better, but here we go. So there you have it. So make sure you guys check out that Colourarte contest, and I will definitely link it below for you. All the information that you need will be at that link regarding the rules and regulations and all that fun stuff that you love to read. Not. And yeah, it's going to be a good time. I myself am going to enter, and good luck. I hope you guys at least give it a try and get that $15 gift card. And I hope you all have a great night. Now, before I leave, I want to give a shout out. My shout out is going to go to a channel called Display of Color. Her name is Scarlett. She does the most amazing resin paintings. They're so beautiful. She does a live feed, I believe, nightly. So go over and check her out and tell her I sent you. Show her some love. I hope you all have a great night and happy pouring.